Hey now, everybody, it's The Rob from 106.1 KISS FM and 103gbfrocks.com here with my tag team partner in podcasting, the People's Champ, Jerry Valeri. Good morning, Jer.
Good morning, Rob, and glad to be. Sorry I had to take a detour on the road to WrestleMania yesterday.
You were the Elimination Chamber of the podcast yesterday.
I know. I had to. It was a real fast lane. I had to get out of. I had to have like surgery. It was like surprise surgery that I had to have.
Yeah,
so.
I kind of just said you were temporarily suspended because in wrestling that means absolutely nothing. Do you want to tell people what was going on? It's not my story to tell. I didn't know if you wanted to get into it or not.
Sure. I mean, it goes back to, I had mentioned I had a thing in my chest for a while ago, like I had staph infection. It was awful. And long story short, it went away and then it came back, but it wasn't the same infection. And they found I had a cyst, like a sebaceous cyst, that was susceptible to infection, and it was close to my heart, so they wanted to get rid of it. And I thought I was just going in for like a consultation yesterday, but then they decided they were gonna operate. They were gonna take it out. And it was bigger than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, you showed me a little picture of it, and I was surprised how big it was too.
It was huge. It was like one of those Super Balls, and it was in my chest. And they don't put you out for it, which was kind of weird.
Is it a local anesthetic?
Yeah, so they stuck a harpoon in my chest for a minute. They're like stirring around in my chest for a minute, and then it goes completely numb, and I just stare at the ceiling and try to ignore the fact that they've cut me open and they're pulling stuff out of me. But here's what you can't ignore. And I don't know if this has ever happened to you, if you've ever had a local or you've ever had any kind of surgery while you were awake. But I asked the nurse, I said, hey, please tell me you're smoking a cigarette behind me. And she was like, no,
I don't get it.
That's you. My body was smoking. They were cauterizing the wound. And I was like, so you're not microwaving chicken down the hallway. That's my flesh burning. And they were like, yeah, we're burning you up. They cut you. You can feel some pulling because they're sewing you and then they're burning you. And I was like, oh my God, you guys could be playing checkers on my chest right now. I wouldn't know. You could be hiding Easter eggs in there. I don't know what's going on. This is the worst.
I actually had my last procedure on my back was a week or 2 weeks ago yesterday. Whatever the case was, whatever episode we did from home, we did from home because I had to have that procedure done.
Yeah.
So with me, they give you anesthesia, but it's not like a knockout totally. It's like you still stay awake.
Looped you, just enough to loop you.
Well, actually, it doesn't even really matter because this is before the anesthesia. But so you get in a gown that opens up in the back because I lay on a table and they give me a series of injections in my lower back.
Oh.
And so I'm lying on my stomach, and before they open up the gown, they're like, all right, just so you know, we're going to open up your gown. And I swear I looked at the doctor. I'm kidding you not. And I swear I said, soak it in, man. Just like Jericho would have done. I swear it's a true story.
Soak it in, man.
And my doctor's like, he's not like super cool. He's a good dude. He listens to my show every once in a while, and
that's great. And then you made his list. You made the list.
You just made the list. Although,
God, yeah, it's weird and vulnerable in those situations with doctors. So you do the same thing I do. You just joke your way through it. And then sometimes you get a doctor with a sense of humor, and then when you don't, that's the worst. And I've had that too.
Well, what else is like with this is like the doctor isn't even the one who opened me up. There's like 4 or 5 people in the room while this is going on. And, so it was some woman who told me that she's going to open up my butt now.
Soak it in, man.
I said, soak it in, man.
That's the best.
Even though it was a woman.
My favorite part of yesterday was the fact that we decided I was feeling okay, and we were going to surprise the kids and take them to see a movie last night, and it was going to be Sherlock Gnomes. So we took them to Sherlock Gnomes, but I took pain meds before I went. That movie is absolutely awesome high.
I believe that totally.
I'll go ahead and tell you.
Hey, my favorite thing about the first, what was it? Romeo and Juliet?
Yeah.
Was all the Elton John music. Does this one have a lot of Elton John music?
Sure, because it's done by Rocket Productions, so he's kind of the producer of this. So there are more than a few nods to Elton John, and then there are Elton John songs in it as well.
Cool.
Yeah, it was good. And then I got home and I watched SmackDown, and then I watched the Penn State Nittany Lions win their basketball game, which the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers did not do.
Suck it, Cornish.
Suck it, Cornish.
My headphones came unplugged. Hold on. I can't hear you.
I'll just keep repeating myself. Suck it, Cornish.
Yeah.
Suck it. Yeah? Penn State's in it. Huh? The Hilltoppers aren't in it, Cornish. Take that, Cornish.
If Eric's watching this episode and didn't watch the last episode that you were on, he's probably like, why are they telling me to suck? I don't understand what I did.
Kiss my butt. You don't get your WrestleMania moment. You don't get your road to WrestleMania.
That's funny.
You can go as a fan like John Cena.
I imagine that SmackDown was also probably better on Pay Medicine.
It was. It was great. It was great. Yeah.
Oh, so you liked it?
No, I didn't. But I mean, being high helped. I didn't at all. The first 30 minutes were boring as crap. I'm glad that Rusev is now part of the match. I feel like maybe they're going to get the hint with Rusev Day.
I mean, I am and I'm not. I'm happy that he's added to the match. Don't get me wrong. I'm a big Rusev guy. I'm really annoyed at how many multi-person matches we're having, and I feel like it's extremely lazy. But yeah, I'm with you on the sentiment.
Yeah, I like it a lot. And you know what I noticed yesterday? Maybe it was the meds, but Jinder Mahal's even bigger than he was before. Like, he really does take great care of his body. That dude is massive.
Jinder Mahal is in amazing shape, that's for sure.
He looks amazing. He looks the part. If this were 1988, he would be the biggest heel in the company.
Oh yeah, if this was a few generations ago where just being foreign was enough to make you over as a heel, yeah, it would have been a slam dunk.
Jinder Mahal versus Hulk Hogan 1989 would be huge.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of people that I can't think of a lot of wrestlers in better shape than Jinder. I feel like Jinder could legit kick some ass.
Yeah, absolutely. I just, they got to do something with him.
Well, I mean, they hot-shotted him the world title. I don't know what else we can do for him.
Yeah, I mean,
we gave him the best shot we could.
They did hot-shot him, and then they gave him Randy Orton on the wrong end of his career.
What else could we have really done for the guy? I'll admit his run wasn't great, and I mean, that was only partly his fault. I wouldn't say it was all his fault, but they didn't give him a whole lot to work with.
God, and Randy Orton's not helping the U.S. title at all. No one's interested in that match at all.
Yeah, I feel like I'm more interested now that Rusev's in it. The only thing that can make it more interesting is if you took Randy Orton out.
That would be great. If there was a way that Randy Orton and Shane McMahon could get in a car accident, and not fatal, they have kids, but I mean, just enough to keep them out of WrestleMania.
Well, Shane McMahon may have already had his car accident.
Well, but they still announced the match last night.
Correct.
Like, that's what I wonder. Like, are they hedging their bets with the diverticulitis, or what are they doing?
I think they are hedging their bets. I think he's already out of the hospital, if I'm not mistaken. And I assume he will probably be okay for Mania. Although maybe now, I mean, if he's not super duper well, maybe now the match might like the way I saw it in my head. I was talking. Did you watch yesterday's episode with Travis?
Parts of it.
I was telling. That means no, and that's totally okay.
No, I saw parts of it, but I fell asleep partway through because I was on a lot of meds.
I'll take that. Plus,
when you guys start to, I'll take the heat on this. When you guys start talking independent wrestling, I can't do it. I support Travis in his endeavors, but I'm sorry, but him and that Micus guy, I'll punch you both in the face. I fell asleep.
I get a lot of offers to go to those shows and independent stuff as well, and there's a lot of independent companies here in Evansville, and I agree. It's, I don't want to spend lots of time on those topics because we know why we're here. You
it's
know,
just me. I know it's me. It's my opinion, and
no, it's not.
I'll take the heat for it.
It's not. I mean, there's not a lot of people that, but Travis is actually on the show, so I figured it made sense to. I mean, on the New Focus show, so it made sense to see what was going on with him.
Well, good. But I did see your thoughts, and I want to get back to what you originally brought up, but I did hear your thoughts about Taker and Cena, and if we have time today, I'd like to give mine on that. But
yeah, I think that we might even spend a lot of time on Raw because I don't think there's a lot to talk about from SmackDown. Where was I going with my original thought?
We were talking.
So yeah. I was going to say that I felt like Shane would actually be doing most of the wrestling for Shane and Daniel, and then Daniel would make the hot tag and get the win. But maybe now you rewrite it because Shane might not be as able-bodied as we assumed he was.
Right. And you know, my only complaint about Daniel Bryan last night, and I've noticed lately, Roman Reigns did a really good job of it on Monday night, and I've noticed the Usos and New Day have done an incredible job of like selling injuries a week after they happen. I mean, selling the big stuff. It's just continuing to sell the fact that they were hurt, that the injuries are cumulative, that they pile up on you.
Yeah, a great example would be the victims of the Bludgeon Brothers at Fastlane.
I thought that was great. But last night, Daniel Bryan came out acting like nothing even happened last week.
Okay, that's a fair point.
You know, he didn't sell it physically in any way. Emotionally, he did. But, I mean, he just came out like, I'm just normal Daniel Bryan. I didn't just get, I came back from being – they thought I was too feeble to participate. They finally clear me, and I get powerbombed into the ring apron, and the next week I come back and everything's okay. I don't know. I had an issue with that.
That's fair enough. I guess I didn't give it that much thought, but no, that makes sense. It was hard for me to get invested into everything, or I should say anything last night. I thought the show was brutal last night, to be honest with you. I mean, you started off with a really long match that wasn't anything special.
30 minutes. It was the first half of the show, first quarter of the show.
It was 35 minutes by my math.
Okay.
Well, I guess because they went into a commercial and maybe I included that.
Sure.
Hold on. I want to make sure I have my notes open in front of me here. Give me just 1 second, please. So yeah, there was, well, that was a tag match, right? It was Jinder and Orton and Rude and who am I missing?
And then Rusev shows up. Yeah.
That's right. Okay. So yeah, there was that. Let's see. Rusev added the 4-way. Man, I mean, it was that, then it was Daniel Bryan, and then there was some women's stuff, and then you had it was just boring. Even the Usos, New Day, Bludgeon Brothers stuff that I've enjoyed, it just feels like it almost feels like they had an extra week. Like I thought both shows this week were spinning their wheels, wait until the go homes next week. Raw, I thought, was much better than SmackDown this week, although I think I liked Raw better than you did.
I think you did. I enjoyed Raw, but I didn't enjoy it as much as the other Raws before it because I didn't feel like anything moved forward. They prolonged the stories, but they didn't advance anything at all. So I don't know. I'm waiting for that. And I understand your point on Cena and the Taker. I do, because the way that they booked Taker before, just showing up because it's Mania and we'll wrestle because Mania. That's annoying. And so this kind of has a reason. But and I can't speak for everybody, but for me, why I hate this thing they're doing with Cena, it has nothing to do with the way they used to book it or anything like that. It's the fact that they're just finding a new way, albeit a better way, to book around the fact that Undertaker doesn't show up except for WrestleMania. I mean, Cena is literally doing a program by himself right now. And Bray Wyatt had to do the same thing. And I get a little resentful. And I'd rather have a superstar come back like Chris Jericho and then stay for a while and be a part of it and then leave for a long time. And then if he never comes back, he never comes back. But don't come back for just one show. Like, I'm so sick of it with The Undertaker. It makes me not want to see him anymore. Especially since the last 2 times we saw him, he cut promos I didn't understand.
I understand that. I understand what you're saying.
I only hope now that he doesn't show up next week at Raw.
Look,
like I hope he doesn't show up at Raw next week. We get about an hour of WrestleMania with John Cena in the front row as a fan, which I think will be fun. And then eventually, Badass Taker's coming out, American Badass. There'll be a fight, and that'll be that. It won't be a match.
So here's my take on what you just said. And you're not wrong about anything you said, but let me give you a different perspective on that. So over the past, I'll say 8 years, although I haven't sat down and actually done the math, Taker's been the guy who shows up at WrestleMania season. We get him for a program, and then he goes away. Fair enough, correct?
Fair enough, but he's not doing the programs anymore.
Okay. So now we're at the phase of his career where he shows up for select shows, really just WrestleMania and specials. And that's where he's at in his career now. Like, before 10 years ago, we had him full time. 8 years ago, we started phasing him out. Now we're at the point where he's phased out. I mean, that's what we've gotten to over the last 8 years. He's so synonymous with the show. It would feel weird to not have him there. That I feel like he's gotten to the point and he's earned it where if he wants to just show up at WrestleMania, it's okay. We don't need him. We don't need him there for this. I appreciate what they're doing with Cena. I feel like it makes more sense and it's more creative than any of the previous 8 years. I don't love it. I'm not saying this is the best program or even a good program.
I just think if he's going to do a program with Cena, then do the program with Cena.
But what if it's the match or nothing? Most people are going to say the match.
I'm not one of those people.
Well, yeah, I understand that. I'm not sure I am either. I'm not really opposed to it. Like I said, of all the people,
it's not going to be a great match.
What's a great Undertaker WrestleMania match?
I mean, it's just it bums me out seeing Fat Kane wrestle, and I don't want to see Fat Taker wrestle either. Bums me out. I don't need to see Fat Mayor.
It's gonna bum you out when you have a WrestleMania without the Taker too. Just saying.
Probably. You're probably right.
So just like I said, I don't want to make it seem like I'm a huge fan of this, but I'm okay with it. It's just and everyone else I know hates it. I had a lot of people come up to me yesterday and say that they're really upset with the way the Taker is being booked this year. And I'm over here like, I get that, but I've just got a different vantage point on it.
You heard it here first. Rob loves it.
Shut up.
He loves it.
Is there anything else from Raw you want to talk about? Because there was a few times where I thought I spoke on your behalf.
Well, I'll tell you, if we go back to wrap up SmackDown, there was one thing on SmackDown I liked. There was, but only one thing that I really enjoyed, and it was the way they ended the show with Shinsuke Nakamura being able to knee the crap out of AJ Styles' face and then not doing it, patting him on the head. I thought that was good. Look at you guys building a little animosity between the two. That's a good thing to have before the fight.
Yeah, we need something. We've only got one more week to do it, and I mean, last night was something. I don't need them to have a blood feud. But yeah, we need a little something to, make us cheer one over the other, I guess.
But they're putting a lot of eggs in the dream match basket. So if you keep telling us it's a dream match, and I think that it could be, and you keep telling us they're going to tear the house down, and I think that they could, they better do it now because you put all the eggs in that basket, and you have to give them enough time, and you better book a heck of a match. And I'm telling you, you gotta really look at how you present it because you keep telling us it's going to be the best match of the night. And so when it's not, you're going to look silly.
Next week, we get to do predictions, and that one I feel like is not easy to predict.
I don't think any of the title matches are. I told you, I could make a case for every title changing hands. Now, I don't think that will happen, so I have to pick and choose. It's not an easy WrestleMania to pick because every match has 9 dudes in it.
Yeah, that's right. Hopefully, they'll give us a bit more clarity on who's in the Rumble matches, the Fabulous Moolah Rumble and the Chris Benoit Rumble.
You're not allowed to say.
glad you caught that.
That came out of nowhere. We've got the Chris Benoit Battle Royal.
The Chris Benoit Memorial Battle Royal.
You don't win by tossing him over the top rope. You have to choke him out.
Okay, we've both gone too far.
Oh, halfway? Oh, come on.
I mean, listen. You're on your medicine. I'm gonna say let's reel it in. I shouldn't have gotten us started.
Reeling it in.
I don't even know where we were. Happy birthday, Jake the Snake.
Happy birthday, fabulous Moolah. We're actually coming up on Jake the Snake's actual birthday very soon. So.
Oh, are we?
It's in May, I think. A couple months.
That should be a doozy.
That'll be a good one. I'll get us hats.
What do we have a topic for tomorrow?
I've been leaving that to you because you've been coming up with really good topics.
I don't know if I have one this week.
Do you have a WrestleMania themed topic?
We could probably figure something WrestleMania themed. I mean, WrestleMania is the next week. Our last topic before WrestleMania.
Let's leave it open to some people can make. You can make some recommendations on the post show.
Yeah, I would love to have a topic, for tomorrow.
How about our favorite independent wrestlers promos?
You're asking for it. You know there's going to be a string of YouTube videos in the post show now.
They're coming.
Don't blame me this time.
Necro Butcher or nothing.
That's all. You can, Jerry. The medicines have hit Jerry. I feel like I'm like abusing you by leaving you on the show at this point.
It's like you're doing a program with the Undertaker. You're all by yourself.
No, I feel like it's like I'm trotting someone out there who's like not totally of sound mind now.
Listen, it's not like I'm pulling a Jeff Hardy. All right, I'm not in the ring out of my mind. Okay, Sting doesn't need to pin me here. I'm okay. I have all my faculties. I'm just a little on the loop side. You hit me with a Chris Benoit joke. What the hell do you expect? What do you expect? Happy birthday, Jake Roberts, and kiss my butt, Cornish. Penn State's going on.
We could talk about times that wrestling gone wrong. Like, for example, Jeff Hardy showing up to it, and they had to kind of, pull some live punches or whatever.
Like when wrestling got real in the ring. Like, those would be some good stories.
Yeah, we can call it wrestling gone wrong or wrestling getting real, or there's probably some things there.
How about wrestle crap? That's never been used before. We'll coin the term. It's ours now. Trademark.
Right. Well, here, let's say tentatively we'll pencil in wrestling gone wrong can be the topic tomorrow, unless someone's got a better WrestleMania topic in the comments. We can field those as well.
We can file this one under podcast gone wrong.
Or very right. Listen, I think that most people watching will be able to tell you're not the normal Jerry we usually got.
I'm so high. I'm not though. I'm not high. I'm not like Jeff Hardy high. Again, I'm trying to think of other examples of wrestlers that have gone to the ring high.
I've got good examples, and maybe not always going to the ring high, but stuff going wrong.
Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna let you keep going.
There's nothing to do. There's nothing to go. Listen, this is so far better than SmackDown was. That was 2 hours of snooze. I hope that they shake up the rosters eventually. I hope that they change something with SmackDown because it's got to change.
I agree. And is there anything else you want to add before I wrap this one up?
You're an MFer, is what you are.
Why am I? Listen, obviously you got pile driven on your head. I'm Owen Hart. I'm just gonna let you roll me up for the pin.
Roll it up. There it is.
Just roll me up and we'll bring it home.
Are we telling Owen Hart jokes now?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay.
But I'm just gonna say I'm gonna bring the episode to a close before Jerry has a chance to get one in.
Right. You're gonna get your receipt tomorrow when I Don't take my meds.
Thank you, everyone, for watching. Hopefully, we still have some people with us. And we'll be back tomorrow, unless there's a better topic. When wrestling gets real. When wrestling goes wrong. Stay tuned.